Short video today on high intensity training or high intensity interval training. There's a lot of interest in this at the moment with regards to health and longevity, and this is a lot of papers published in scientific journals and the medical journals at the moment in this, so it's all legitimate science. So just going to run through what these benefits might be. But first, what is high intensity training? So it's really simple. The concept is simple. It's short bursts of high intensity physical activity. So that's usually sprinting or sprint cycling just for 20 to 30 seconds, and you've really got to go all out. And then you allow yourself to recover for up to 2 minutes, and then you go again. And you do this between 5 and 10 times. So what's interesting about this is, firstly, it takes a very short period of time to get a lot of perceived health benefits. So one of the main benefits of this high intensity training is that it maintains your fast twitch muscles. So you probably know this. You've got two types of muscle broadly. You've got your fast twitch and your slow twitch. And your fast twitch is responsible for explosive speed and power. And there are actually two types of fast twitch muscle, at least. But this tends to decline with age, or the number of fast twitch muscle fibers declines with age. And again, this has been, so if you want to maintain that explosive power and explosive energy, it's suggested that you do this high intensity training because it slows down the loss. You can't prevent it, but you can certainly slow it down. One of the other benefits of this high intensity training is the effect on something called Vo2 Max. So that's the maximum rate that you can utilize oxygen, and that usually declines with age. But if you do the high intensity training, it's been shown that you can maintain your Vo2 max, and that's quite important, and it's a determinant of longevity as well. And one of the other big benefits that seems to come out of the research is the effect on your lipid profiles. Now, we all know that having a bad lipid profile puts you at much higher risk from heart attacks and cardiovascular disease, and doing these short burst sprints has been shown to alter your lipid profile in all the good ways. So your HDL levels go up, that's the good lipoproteins, LDLs go down, cholesterol goes down, and all these are strongly linked to longevity. And finally, as if that's not good enough, there's also a very positive influence on diabetes. Diabetes is one of the biggest risk factors now for increased mortality in the Western world. So if you can avoid diabetes, type 2 diabetes, you're doing well. And again, this sprint training has been shown to increase your sensitivity to insulin, and so stave off or reduce the chances of type 2 diabetes. So just put together all those benefits. Each one of those are associated with health and longevity. So for such a small effort, really, and such a small amount of time, it seems that the message that keeps coming out from all these scientific and medical papers is, try and incorporate some high intensity training into your exercise program. So don't stop with the weight training or your more distance running and your long distance cycling, but definitely incorporate it. At least that's what the research is saying. So I would say, if you, disclaimer coming up here, but by its very nature, high intensity exercise can be a bit dangerous, I suppose. You are going from nothing to 100%. So please warm up properly. If you haven't done any sprinting for a while, or you are a bit older, if you go from nothing to full-on sprinting, guaranteed you will pull something or rip something. I speak from experience here. So do warm up properly. And in the video that follows this, for what it's worth, I just give my warm-up routine and what I do. And so far I haven't had any injuries for a long time. The other thing, if you start this sprint training, is that it takes so little time, but you will notice a difference. I've got quite thin legs, for example, and I'd noticed within a couple of months that they definitely felt the volume has increased, because in effect it's weight training. When you're sprinting full out, you're weight training in your legs, and it really has an effect. And also just silly things or smaller things like going upstairs or coming down. You feel much stronger and you've got a bit more bounce about you. And just a couple of hints and tips if you haven't done any sprinting for a long time is first, run on grass. Don't run on concrete, and because if you haven't run for a while, you will be rubbish at sprinting, and you might even fall over. So run on grass, and then it's less painful. The other thing is, if you do run on grass, just have a quick walk along your intended route, just for rabbit holes and potholes, because again, if you're running at full speed and your foot goes down a rabbit hole, yeah, it's not nice. So just check where you're running. One other thing I would, just a passing comment, that if you are or consider yourself to be really overweight or really unfit or have joint problems, perhaps consider cycling as well. So you can still sprint train on your bicycle, or maybe do squats using your body weight, or something that's just a bit less tough on the joints. So I've heard that that's what people have done in to substitute sprinting. Just to reiterate, I am no health guru. All I do is look at the information that's published in the scientific and medical literature. And as always, I'll put these links below for this research. So I'll put some on the Vo2 Max, on the diabetes, on maintaining the fast twitch muscle and lipid profiles. All the data's there for everyone to read. So as ever, don't believe me, but believe the evidence. And yeah, thanks for watching.